Stations. It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. I got Jay Morgan Harder in the house, and we got a busy show. I don't know if you know this, man, but football starts tomorrow, buddy.
1 day away.
Not like starts, because we already had Saturday football extravaganza where we saw how Scott Frost was a huge failure. I think tomorrow, though, which is the start of week 1, we're going to see them Vols and Josh Heupel's offense go crazy all over Ball State's face.
So you don't count preseason football either? Then.
I don't count it. I do bet on it sometimes, which just makes me almost sound like a little bit of a degenerate. But hey,
who doesn't bet on preseason football?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, come on now. By the way, disaster averted.
Talking about my tennis bets yesterday, or are you talking about something different?
I think both of us. Did we both desert?
We averted disaster in a big way yesterday, John.
That's what I'm talking about. Did the little homie come back and win?
No, not that one. But the other ones all hit.
The other ones hit.
Big one. Big day.
Good. So big day for Jay. Braves, man. Did you know you had to lay $365 to win $100 yesterday?
John, that is in my notes to say that we have to make a rule, John, because you have to make
anything plus 300.
Anything more than I think plus 270, automatically play that. Big win for the Rockies yesterday, winning 3-2. It's almost John. It's happened way too many times in a row now for us to ignore it.
Dude, I sprinkled $15 on it, and it was just the last little bit of my account after I did a few plays. It was like $15 and change, and I just got the Rockies, which made me feel very good. It always, though, when I hit one of these, I'm like, man, why didn't I have the cojones to drop a bill on that joint?
It's always how it goes, John.
But I did sprinkle a little magic, and again, I had another day where I averted disaster, and I mean in the most healthy way possible, because of course the Cardinals yesterday got beat up by the Reds. It was a very ugly day for the Cardinals. It was not a very good day for my man Dakota Hudson. Again, I'm sorry. I always try to be nice to him because of my brother.
Yeah, but John, he's a nice guy. He's a great guy. We love guys named
But
Jack,
you better win my money.
But he just can't do it right now, John. The guy's a disaster.
He is. I hate to say he's a disaster, but he sure doesn't look good. And then I had the Mariners and the Tigers. One of my plays that I liked yesterday, remember, was the under. I thought my man Manning, I didn't know he wasn't related to Eli, Peyton, and Arch. I thought he was another Manning.
And Archie and Cooper.
And Coop, he struggled mightily. George Kirby went out there and took care of business. The Mariners dropped the Tigers 9-3, so I'm not looking all that good yesterday, right? A little bit nervous. So I decided, you know what, the late games, I'm going to take the Astros minus the 1.5. I'm going to take the Yankees, who have been absolutely awful, who dropped 3 straight, 2 to Oakland, 1 to the Angels. The Angels happened to win 4 in a row. There was a little skid going on in New York, if you hadn't noticed. And I'm not talking about skid marks. I'm not talking about skids across the subway or whatever, kids across the subway. I'm talking about the losing skid. And they've been pretty awful since the All-Star break. But guess what? Aaron Judge, I don't know if you know this, he just continues to dominate. Did you see what shockingly, do you know what Aaron Judge did yesterday, Jay?
John, did he hit a home run?
Let me see. Yes, he hit a home run. He hit another bomb. The dude is just flat out in fuego. And now he's got 51 homers. And guess what that means? 51 homers.
He's chasing Roger Maris.
He's tied with Roger Maris for the most home runs before September in Yankee history. That's right. He's got more than the Bambito. And another thing is Aaron Judge and his 50-run homers on this season are 15 more than any other player in baseball. Kyle Schwarber is the one who's second. That'd be the largest home run lead entering September since 1928, when Babe Ruth had 17 more homers than Hack Wilson. Sorry, I called him most Hank.
Schwarbs.
Hack Wilson.
Schwarbs, the great Bambino.
Schwarbs. So, Aaron Judge is doing some awesome things, but amen. The Yankees did it, and they won. They covered the -1.5. The Astros covered the -1.5. And again, who rocked the Diamondbacks? Me. And that was my third little leg against the Phillies. I found out betting against your Phillies team has been kind of profitable.
Why is that, John? Because the Phillies suck. We hate the Phillies, John. It's like so automatic. I don't understand why anyone would ever bet on this team. I hate the Phillies.
So, disaster averted yesterday. Actually, somehow ended up coming out basically 1.5 units up, which is not bad because, again, it was looking really, 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 really bad. And then the only one that was looking okay was my little $15 bet, plus 300 on the Rockies against the Braves. And I didn't expect to win that. But, yeah, I rocked and fired yesterday like an idiot on the Cardinals.
Which we've decided, John, again, is an automatic. If it's more than plus 270, let's say, automatic pull that, John. Really, if you can just come out of the week with positive units when you got football starting on Thursday, if you can get into Thursday positive in units, it's going to be a big weekend in college football.
Oh, by the way, I also forgot. I did forget the Mets and the Dodgers game. I had the Mets. I really thought Taijuan Walker was going to go out there and dominate. Did not happen. Dodgers 4-3 over the Mets in what was a very, very good game. It's just this Dodgers team, man. They just keep on hitting. They just keep on hitting. They just keep on hitting. They can score. They can do everything. But, man, this team's pitching staff right now has really got me a lot, not a little freaked out. It's got me a lot freaked out.
John, I was reading a New York newspaper because I like to keep up with my NFL beat writers, and they literally had a full-page article about, wow, Joey Gallo doesn't suck anymore. Because this is the first time coming back to town since he was traded, and all the Yankees beat writers were like, wow, Joey Gallo's doing pretty well. Who would have thought this guy?
The guy who wouldn't even leave his New York penthouse because he was scared to walk down on the streets. So, because New York people, he thought were going to beat his brains in. But yes, also I wanted to bring up, right now, of course, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Braves, and the Cardinals, they are the class of the NL. Is that a very easy assumption?
Yes, you forgot the Marlins, but I'll allow it. Yes.
You're hilarious. You're hilarious. Dodgers, by the way, and this is the best record versus the current NFL playoff teams among the National League. Number one would be the Dodgers, the only team out of the Mets, the Braves, and the Cardinals that actually won yesterday. You can believe that? These best teams yesterday all lost. But the Dodgers did play the Mets.
It's a sleepy Tuesday, John.
It was a sleepy Tuesday, but the Dodgers, their winning percentage, they're 20-11 against playoff teams. You have the Mets 32-21, the Braves 22-26, so they're 4 games under the 500, shockingly. And then the Cardinals 12-15, 3 games under 500 when it comes to these teams. And it just shows you, dang, the Mets and the Dodgers schedule has been much more difficult than the Cardinals and the Braves, it looks like, and they've definitely handled themselves a little bit better. But the Dodgers going forward, truthfully, is this team going to have enough pitching?
No, I don't think they will. Now, but at the same time, though, John, how in the world are you supposed to get through that lineup? They have 11 guys they can throw in there, and it's the most dangerous lineup in baseball. Even when your 7, 8, 9 hitters are just as dangerous as most teams' 1, 2, 3 hitters. Maybe you can get away with not having the horses on the mound that other teams had to have to win World Series games.
Well, here's how I feel like the horses do matter when it comes to the pitching. The Dodgers right now. So Clayton Kershaw is all beat up right now. He's on the IL. You have Tony Gonsolin, who's now on the IL. They lost their best pitcher this year, Walker Buehler, who's now had his second Tommy John surgery in his career. So your 3 top guys are down. Julio Urias has been very average. Andrew Heaney, whatever. This guy is pitching so above his actual talent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it'd be like me going out there and being able to get through a game and not give up 150 runs. This guy, you think he's going to get smashed, and he's going out there and win basketball games. He's winning baseball games. And then Dustin May is just not any good.
D-Mays.
Craig Kimbrell, closer, washed up. David Price coming out of the bullpen, please. Alex, Vesa, he's all right. I'm just telling you, I love the lineup. I love Freddie Freeman. I love Justin Turner. I love Trey Turner. But let's start real.
So you trust
Max Muncy ain't who he used to be. Mookie Betts is the baller. Cody Bellinger ain't who he used to be.
Yeah, but
Gavin Lux has been overrated and ain't lived really up to his expectations.
You just got to get hot in the playoffs, though, John.
Well,
Let me ask you this: do you trust Tony Gonsolin? Like as good as he's been all year?
No.
Absolutely not. Neither
and
do
do
I.
you know who I do trust?
Who?
Jacob deGrom,
Absolutely.
Max Scherzer,
Absolutely.
Taijuan Walker yesterday didn't have the best day, but I trust him. Chris Bassett. I definitely trust closer Edwin Diaz. Please.
Even though he didn't get a chance. You know, Timmy Trumpet's the guy that plays his walkout. You've heard his walkout song, John. You know, the doo.
Yes.
Timmy Trumpets is the guy that plays the trumpet. They invited him to throw out the first pitch at a Mets game. He's sitting on hand with his trumpet this whole week.
I saw this, actually. He's been at all the games. I saw this.
Waiting for Edwin Diaz's first appearance while he's been there.
He's missed, yeah.
And he's going to do a live performance of the song. Oh,
I can't
man.
wait till this actually happens. I think that's going to be awesome. But all I want to make it better is have the girl from, the one who went to band camp and stuck a trumpet up her rear. You don't remember the movie? What is it, Old School or something?
Oh, Old School. Oh, great scene. That's Allison.
Is it Old School?
Yeah, it's it's American Pie.
American Pie.
But it's
that's
American
it.
Pie 2, right?
No, I think the trumpet up the keister is the first one.
Maybe it's the first one.
Very important question to start the day off. 901-360-8255. 901-360-8255. The girl who went to band camp and stuck a trumpet up her keister. What movie is that from? I want it from my texters.
Allison Hannigan is the actress.
Her name is Allison Hannigan. If she threw out the first pitch and then my homie played the trumpet at the very end when Edwin Diaz walks out, now that is the creme de la creme. You think you like that?
Creme de la creme, homie.
I mean, that's how I think we need to roll. Now, we got a lot to get into. I'm I didn't know this. Did you know that golf is over with?
I did, John. That was the Tour Championship that happened. We talked about it.
Well, I mean, I didn't know they actually quit.
It's the ship. It was the chip.
I hear what you're saying. Like they get
The
Homie
Larry
got
OB.
what, $18 million?
That's right.
Yeah, little Rory.
bonus.
Scotty fell apart. Was very despicable to watch this guy.
He won
I can't
$5
believe they didn't kick him off and send him to the live.
Yeah, he won $5.5 million though.
Oh well, you know what? He didn't.
It ain't 18 mil though.
Hey, it ain't 18, and it's not as much as obviously Cameron Smith has gotten. Did you hear that he's headed to the live?
I did, but we don't. The interesting thing is, for the first few guys, we knew exactly how much they were getting. We don't know how much these last guys make, but you can imagine it's probably.
Did you hear what
pretty
Cameron
penny.
Smith? By the way, I think Cameron Smith had probably one of the best answers. Period.
I went for the money, John.
He just said. He said, actually, you know who that had the best one? No.
Harold Varner.
I was going to say, do you know who he is?
Oh, Harold Varner's he's one of my favorites.
I was reading an article, and they were talking about, Cam Smith might be, the higher-ranked player, but Harold Varner, he's like the class or something. Or
He's got a huge following, like a big contingent. I walked with him at the FedEx St. Jude Championship, and he actually had a pretty good gallery going there. Oh, he's also sponsored by Michael Jordan brand.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, my man Varner, he's leaving for the live. So is this dude. Do you know who he is? Joaquin Neiman.
Well, yeah, he's a good player too.
Really? Mm-hmm. So they're getting some good players. But the weird thing that I did not know, and I'm about to tell you what Varner's answer for leaving for the live and leaving the PGA Tour is. The interesting thing is this is sad. Do you know they still don't have TV? Like, if you want to watch the live tour with all these new guys, and this is the first week that a live event's going to go off, and you have no PGA because the PGA Tour season just ended. So guess what? You can't just turn on your TV because it's only streamed.
Yeah.
You got to watch it on YouTube or something.
Not even. You got to watch it on their website. I don't want to watch it anyway, though, John. Do you want to watch it?
I don't know if you know this. I told you I like to take naps when I watch golf, and when people have absolutely horrible, collapses like Scotty Scheffler did.
So if you need a nap, you'll watch it.
Yes, if I need a nap, I watch it. Dude, the voices, the way they talk and they whisper, it's kind of like a little, it's like when you were a kid, you had a nursery rhyme whispered to you. Like, rockabye baby.
Scheffler about 165 yards out. He's gonna hit about a 9-iron here.
Ooh, it's a good shot. Looks like it's coming in.
That's a good golf for you.
So it does help you sleep really well. So I'm not going to watch it, but I did have to respect my man Varner, who had this gem. He was asked, why are you leaving for the live tour? And he said, the opportunity to join the live golf is simply too good of a financial breakthrough for me to pass by. I know what it means to grow up without much. This money is going to ensure my kid and future Varners will have a solid base to start on and a life that I could not have even dreamt about growing up. He said, it's also helped fund many of the programs I'm building with my foundation, and I'll continue to forge pathways for kids interested in golf. Yeah, like, I kind of feel like other people should have just not been so.
We're trying to grow the game of golf
We're
worldwide.
trying to help all. Listen, I agree that they have helped the PGA Tour players. They have helped the game of golf. All of a sudden, Jay Monahan, who says that, we got tight pockets, is dropping jingle all over the place, trying to fix all these things, help out pay caddies and do other things, make it to where if you do miss the cut, you don't just lose all the money, that they're going to reimburse you with something. I mean, you saw all this stuff. I don't pay that much attention.
But that's a human answer.
That's
answer
what I was trying to say.
You and I can relate to.
I can completely relate to it. Like, dude, he's offered me so much money. Like, how could I? It's kind of like this. Ooh, that would have been a bad example. Okay, I'll just say it because he's very popular. If all of a sudden O.J. Simpson, who says, hello, Twitter world, listen, I don't know. If all of a sudden he got buku rich again and calls me up and said, hey, I'd like to do a podcast with you, John, and I'm going to pay you $10 million a year, I would say, you know what? I'm going to stay in Memphis. We'll do it on a Zoom call. Not going to get in the room.
So you can't be near me.
But
I'll take it.
I'll take the $10 million to talk with you, an hour, 4 days a week.
Hell of an analogy, John.
It's not bad, is it?
I actually like it.
And by the way, remember, I grew up with a white Bronco running down the street. I remember poor Marcia Clark. Are
is
you
that the
kidding
girl
me?
from the Brady Bunch?
No. She was the DA with the curly hair.
Gotcha.
Things didn't go very well. She's the one who wanted him to put on the glove, which was absolutely stupid because all of a sudden we heard, if the glove does not fit, you must acquit. Johnny Cochran. So, the Cochran firm?
Yeah, but I was trying to think of a character named Cochran from a TV show, and I couldn't think of one.
I don't even know what you're talking
Marsha.
Marsha. By the way, speaking, if I was hanging out with OJ, you know what I'd need?
What?
Protection, brother. Definitely would need protection.
That's a fact, Jack.
And I think everybody out there knows this very simply. You all need protection, especially in your time of need. If somebody hits your car and you're driving down the road, you're going to need a good insurance carrier that's going to make sure that they get everything you need. They're going to get your rental car. They're going to get your car fixed up. God forbid you actually cause the accident and maybe you accidentally hurt somebody. Bad thing. But if you have a good insurance carrier, don't worry. That person's going to be provided for. They're going to get all the medical care they need. And as you are, your house gets broken into. Do you know how you feel invaded when somebody breaks in your house? You're just like, man, I can't believe somebody came through my crib, broke into my house, and stole all my gummies. Like, you're like, I can't believe somebody would break in here and steal those things. Because that's kind of something that you really don't do. I think that's just going above the line. You want to steal my Christmas tree and my Christmas presents, but don't steal my gummies. But what happens if it happens? You got to have a good insurance carrier. Do you know who the best insurance company in the whole world is? Well, that would be State Farm. They have the Rogers rate. They have the Patrick Price. But they also have good neighbors. And your good neighbor in this area, in all of the Mid-South, that would be Bob Simpson. Get a free quote at bobsimpson.org or call my buddy today, 901-381-1233. That's 901-381-1233. Let him take care of your auto insurance. What about your business? Doesn't matter if it's starting, growing, or maturing. He's got you covered. When you go out of town, you need a good agent. You need a good neighbor. So stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson. I'm in the box. Still don't have my voice.
Well, you have it. It's like totally gone, but it just is.
I still push. I'm doing a little extra work, if you know what I'm saying, Holmes.
Hey, John, it sounds like you believe that the Diamondbacks are sneaky good.
I don't know if they're sneaky good.
They're sneaky good, man.
They've been sneaky profitable the last few days.
That's giant killers, John. Those teams are sneaky good, those giant killers. John, I've got some football questions for you today. I've been doing, like I said, John, I am addicted. my drug of choice is not crack or heroin. It's John reading NFL beat writers. And so
I know you're a big beat writer guy.
And so, John, I've been scouring the beat writers, and I got some questions for you today. This isn't a beat writer, however, this is a good one.
So beat writers are basically like the Afghani super skunk or the white widow.
That's right.
Or the Maui Wowie.
That's exactly right.
Green crack.
And and different beat writers for different teams are like different strains. That's exactly right,
Sesamilia.
Yeah, you got it. Exactly.
You got it, man. Do you like orange or purple Sesamilia better?
Yeah, whichever. Whichever color.
Both?
Yeah, I'm good with both.
All
Either
right.
one, John. I have a statement from Tony Romo, who was one of Zach Wilson's biggest believers last year. Well, he was asked yesterday if he still believes in Zach Wilson. And he says he does, John. He believes that he gets a little time in the pocket. He believes in Robert Saleh, first of all. And if he gets a little more time in the pocket, he believes Zach Wilson will look like a totally different quarterback, John. Do you still believe in Zach Wilson? Do you buy what Tony Romo's selling?
I really don't. One, because I think Tony Romo, great quarterback, great things for Dallas Cowboys. Don't know if you know, he couldn't get over that hump. He doesn't have any Super Bowl rings, Super Bowl bling like Troy Aikman. But you know what Tony Romo is? He's a better broadcaster than my man Troy. He really is. And with the cachet that he's gotten, I don't see my man coming back off of anything. And he feels like he's the Teflon Don, that if one or two things don't happen, the way he's like Nostradamus in the booth and projecting plays and calling plays, he thinks that's just going to brush over him and it's going to gloss and wash away. And the other thing is, it's not like he's going very risky here by talking about Zach Wilson, because it's the New York Jets. Who's actually watching or paying attention to the Jets? They're going to forget about Zach Wilson so fast because, believe me, his mom is not going to be that hot forever. It's kind of like the old Tom Brady. At 45, you really think he's going to be around 50? No, man, he ain't going to be here playing 5 years. It's kind of like, my man, she's got a kid in the National Football League. She can't look that good forever. She just can't, right?
You don't think so? You don't think Zach Wilson's the franchise guy?
I don't think he's a franchise guy. I don't think he's got it. And plus, I do worry about his decision-making because, I kind of thought it was, I feel bad saying this, but I'm going to be honest. Kind of thought it was cool, the whole my mom's best friend situation that he found himself in. But did you see the girl that he cheated on?
She was good looking.
Yes. And he just set up the life for his best friend who swooped in and stole her from him. So, I don't know.
Shoulder to cry on.
Not the best decision maker. Don't know if you know this, but quarterbacks have to make really good decisions pre-snap,
like it, John.
And especially after they make that step. They got to be able to go to their first read, their second read, and they got to know when to tuck it and run it, or sometimes just throw the ball away.
I love it.
He's always putting this bad boy. Go ahead.
We question his decision-making. I love it. You're exactly right. Also, Bob Salajohn says that he thinks Zach Wilson, if he practices this week, could start week 1 still, even though with that hurt injury he got the other day. Anyway,
Joe Flacco will start week 1, and the wide receivers will be thankful.
Mark it down. Another team in that division, John, the New England Patriots. So there's been a lot of reports during Patriots camp of Mac Jones looking totally lost, the offense looking inept, John. But the Boston beat writers, for some reason, refused to criticize the Patriots. There was an entire full-page article in the Boston Globe this morning written about how we just need to give Belichick the benefit of the doubt because he's earned it, John. Do you buy that at all? Do you give Belichick the benefit of the doubt, or do you think you should be a little bit scared of a Matt Patricia-coached offense?
I think that their offense proved in the final few preseason games that they didn't know what the bleep they were doing. Mac Jones, wide receivers. Are you going to tell me that Kendrick Bourne and Jacoby Myers, are they Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle?
Absolutely not.
No, they are not. Is Devontae Parker, who used to play with Miami, either one of those guys? No, because they got rid of him. Their wide receivers are trash. I like Hunter Henry tight end, but man, it ain't like Mac Jones is going to impress anybody with his arm strength. He's trying to do it with his brain. So therefore, he needs to be set into an offense that actually has weapons around him. And you know what he has around him? Just
Nothing.
A bunch of drunk Patriots fans who still live on Tom Brady's glory days, and so is Bill Belichick. Dustin Starr next. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Drive like a pro and support a great cause during the sales drive at Landers Ford and Landers Ford South. We've provided 100 new Fords to the pros at the FedEx St. Jude Championship. Now they're all being sold with demo prices. A portion of the proceeds go directly to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That's 100 new Ford Explorers and Expeditions, demo priced to sell now. This is a once-a-year opportunity to upgrade for less and support a great cause. Visit LandersMemphis.com or come see us at Landers Ford in Collierville, Landers Ford South in South Haven, and Landers Ford North in Covington. With our Landers Easy Pass, you can get top dollar for your trade-in to help you save even more. Don't miss your chance to pay less during the Landers Sales Drive. Reserve your demo-priced new Ford, driven by a pro at the FedEx St. Jude Championship, and lock in low APR financing. Landers Ford and Landers Ford South. Remember, if it doesn't say Landers, you paid too much.
The summer clearance sale is happening now at Family Leisure. You can get up to $2,000 off on a swimming pool. Yes, you heard me. $2,000 off on swimming pools. Get it installed in 2022. You'll be ready for summer 2023. Plus, if you are more of a do-it-yourselfer, Family Leisure has specials that are just too good to pass up, with free ladder upgrades and a whole season worth of chemicals. No one else can offer that kind of deal. Looking for patio furniture? In-stock sets are up to 30% off. Play gyms and trampolines, you can get up to $1,000 off with free installation. We don't know how long these hot temperatures will last, but we do know these prices will not. So take advantage of the summer clearance sale. It's happening right now at Family Leisure. Family Leisure, Wooden Road at I-40, where family and fun all come together.
You don't have to be up at sunrise to enjoy Sunrise. Now, there are plenty of people that get up at the crack of dawn and head to Sunrise on Jefferson, but then there are some of us that would just as soon sleep in. That's where lunch at Sunrise comes in. Fresh, fast lunch served by people that genuinely care about your happiness. Great burgers, sandwiches, salads with sides like tater tots, and sweet potato fries, and fried green tomatoes. And on the plus side, you get to confuse people by saying you're having lunch at Sunrise.
Looking for a cigar lounge to call your own? One that offers a laid-back environment with a full bar, comfortable seats to kick back in and enjoy a beer or a cocktail, and a cigar? Then G-Spot, Memphis's premier cigar lounge, is just for you. Offered a wide selection of cigars, and it's open 7 days a week, starting at 12 noon for your smoking pleasure. G-Spot Cigar Lounge is now offering a limited number of memberships that provide a locker and a humidor credit. For more information, call the G-Spot Cigar Lounge, 901-801-4276.
I've got Jeff Allen on the phone over at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. Hey, what you got cooking over there, Jeff?
Randy, it's time to get in a new ride from Gossett Kia Mount Moriah. I can put you in a 2023 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive SUV 27 combined MPG for that summer vacation for just $245 a month. 36-month lease, $29.99 due at signing. And if you don't see what you want, no problem. We will order exactly what you want. You choose your own bells and whistles.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Jeff. Service with a smile. And your Kias are always equipped with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
That's a 2023 Kia Seltos LX $245 a month at Gossett Kia South, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com. $650 acquisition fee, $30,000 per year, 20 cents excess mileage, 0 security deposit. Seltos P 737-134.5, MSRP 24,610. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Kia. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 9/1/22. Dealer stock only.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. I got Jay Morgan Harder hanging out with me all day long, all day strong, and the one, the only Dustin Starr is joining me. Oh, right about now. I will tell you I love seeing Dustin down at the Redbirds games. Every once in a while, Dustin's so sweet to me. He'll let me get involved with like some of their promotions. Like I wrestled away a Frozen T-shirt from my buddy Mitch. I like going down there, especially on dollar dogs and $2 beer night. I love going down there for the fireworks. I also need to go over because I want to see the CW30 wrestling and everything that he's got going over there. You got Memphis Grizzlies stuff starting up here, not too long from the road. My man is so involved in the Mid-South, it's not even funny. He is Dustin Starr. What's up, Dustin?
Oh, yeah. What is up, my man? Is it happy hour time or what?
It is happy hour time, and the best part about it is I always feel better because you know what? A lot of people say, oh, you can't drink before noon. Well, technically, it's 12:30 Eastern time. Just because we live in Central doesn't mean it's not 12:30 in the afternoon on Central time. But, Dustin, I'm going to talk to you about a whole lot of wrestling. I wanted to bring up, though, a little bit about the Redbirds. Wanted you to talk about that. I see you have a new young lady out there who's with you. Very lovely, very entertaining. Y'all work really well together. How long have you been doing Redbirds games? And just what's one of your favorite experiences after doing that for so long?
Oh, my gosh, man. It's definitely meeting the people. I mean, because when you're running around the ballpark, actually, I've been there, I think, 7 seasons. Maria was there probably 12. We tag team it for a while. Now Sydney, who's out at the Hustle games, and you see her on the baseline at the Grizzlies with the headset on. She's out there at the Redbirds now, but definitely meeting the people because, man, we talk about Grizzlies, we talk about Redbirds, we talk about wrestling. They ask me when I'm going to get my butt kicked. Hey, that guy's going to beat you up. You keep talking mess to him. I'm like, wait a second. So we talk about a little bit of everything. So definitely the fans, when that was the worst part for me about the pandemic is when things did open back up. It's like, man, where's all my friends at that you've been talking to for the last 7 seasons or whatnot? But yeah, I was going to get you involved in one of those games here the last week, but man, you broke your hand, man.
Yeah, man.
Out there. You're on the injured reserve.
I was actually, I was thinking about coming out there and wrestling at the CW30. Did a little bit of practice, and I realized how difficult it really is.
Broke your hand.
Broke my hand.
Yeah.
But the AutoZone,
and then coming up, the Grizzly season. Not
901 day.
But 901 day, we've got auditions for a new MC or some new, I'm going to call them castmates or coworkers that the Grizzlies and the Hustle are looking for. And,
hold on, time out. Back that up. You got people out there like just your average Joe, or are you telling me? Do I need to come audition, or are you just talking to everybody and their
everybody.
grandmother?
So they had they had an open audition where you submitted your tapes, and then also, of course, each year they have tryouts for the entertainment teams. I know the Hustle. If you're a basketball player locally here, you can go and try out for the Memphis Hustle basketball team. So there's just so much going on as far as team building and the end of hot Grizz summer and getting ready for the new season. And, all the expectations are there. So that's what's going on tomorrow, Johnny Radio.
Dude, Thursday, 901 day.
Yeah, it's the end of our hot Grizz summer. The Grizzlies have their caravan. There was the draft and everything else. So we're kind of closing out the end of the summer and launching 901 day Grizz Bash. And so this thing is going to be incredible. It's like 8-Ball, MJG, Duke Deuce. I mean, there's live performances.
Wait, 8-Ball and MJG are going to be there?
Yes, no cap. Seriously. 8-Ball and MJG at the 901 day Grizz Bash. But then also, you can't have 901 day without Memphis wrestling. And so Mads Kruger, the monster from MLW, is coming to ruin 901 day. But, Johnny, don't have any fear because the gun show Bret Michaels is coming to save the day. So you got a couple matches, tag team challenge, a big Mads Kruger versus the gun show. And you see all these guys on Memphis Wrestling every Saturday. So it's going to be a huge time. And the cool thing is that not only is it a free event, but also the parking is free, which I think is the coolest because when you go downtown, you have to pay to park.
Usually like $20.
Yeah, not tomorrow at the Gossett Motor parking garage right there at FedEx Forum is absolutely free parking. So, I mean, I just, the way that the weather is today, it's going to be beautiful tomorrow. It's going to be awesome.
What time are we kicking off all the festivities?
5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock p.m., 5 to 8. Bell time for Memphis Wrestling is 5:30. But, man, I'm telling you, the Grizzlies are going to be giving away all sorts of stuff. We've got some tickets and some giveaways for Memphis Wrestling. So it's just going to be a whole big to-do. And it seems to be gaining steam, kind of like a snowball. It starts real small, and then all of a sudden, word starts spreading. It's like, wait, you guys are doing what? All right, bet.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm still like shocked. Like, can you put in a request? Like, I want to hear Mr. Big, or I want to hear maybe like Coming Out Hard from 8-Ball MJG. Like, that sounds like perfect. Mr. Big sounds great for Ja Morant, just buying those 2 new cribs. He is Mr. Big across the NBA. That is just awesome. Tomorrow, you got 901 Day, Grizzlies Bash. It's going down. Dustin Starr, I'm pretty sure you're going to have a microphone and you're going to be running all over the place, correct?
You know this, bro. Yeah, I'll be out there hosting. Like I said, we have 2 big matches, all sorts of everything from juke and batter. There's a sneaker fest as well. And then, of course, there's going to be all sorts of, local vendors and food. And what I mean local is all made in the 901. Even the Memphis Wrestling, everything that we mentioned is basically born and raised right here in Memphis, Tennessee. And it's all going to be out there at FedEx Forum tomorrow. So we're actually going to be out there bright and early. I think they start setting up some of the staging and stuff today. And then tomorrow morning we'll have the ring set up. So when you start driving by the Forum and say, wait a minute, what's going on? So if you didn't hear about it, you're definitely going to see about it if you're driving by.
All right, so we got 901 Day Bash going like it's going out of style. The Memphis Redbirds, though, their season's getting ready to close. Only a few more games left over there. And I would tell you, listen, everybody knows about basically the fireworks games and everything like that. But, Thursday nights are the ones that I go to the most. Again, for $1, you can get a hot dog for $1 and then $2 beers. I love the old school chick uniforms that they wear, like on the Throwback Thursday. Like, that's one of my favorite days. We don't have any, do we have, one more of those left?
Yeah, I have to look at the schedule. I've got September 24th, Saturday at 3 p.m. I've got it circled on my calendar because that's Grizzlies Day.
Oh, so at the park?
Yeah, so they're going to unveil these brand new Grizzlies-themed Redbirds jerseys that the players are going to wear, but then also the first 5,000 fans in the ballpark is going to get a free Grizzlies Redbirds-themed jersey. And I don't think they've done that in previous years. They would auction off the Grizzlies jerseys that the players wore, for the whether it's the Redbirds Foundation or the Grizzlies Foundation or whatever for a good cause. But this year, the first 5,000 fans are getting jerseys. And I even looked at the guy that the game ops guy telling me. I said, so wait a second, first 5,000 people are getting jerseys? And he's like, yes. I go, holy cow. I got to be here early for that one because I want one.
Yeah, I'm going to be there early for that one. Did you say that was on September 23rd or 24th?
24th, I believe.
Saturday, September 24th?
That's it.
I'm
3:05 opening pitch. But so the cool thing there is all the same personalities, even players that you see over at the Memphis Grizzlies. BLJ will be there. So you have probably the Grizzline and some of the entertainment teams from the Grizzlies will actually be there in the house at AutoZone Park on that Saturday. So it's a lot of fun. If you haven't met them at the Forum, you can definitely meet them there. And usually Grizz throws a first pitch into the net or, something crazy happens as well.
Man, I love it. And by the way, thank you to Jay Morgan. We have 2 Thursday games left. September 8th, that Thursday, Norfolk Tides. And then you also have September 22nd. That's also a Thursday. But the big one is 3:05 first pitch. You might want to get there about 1:30, 2 o'clock to the park because 5,000 Grizzlies jerseys are being given away.
Yes, that's you know what? If you go downtown, I think it's cool that it's a day game too. I like baseball, and so you can go down, maybe have a couple drinks, wait in line. You can have a couple drinks while you wait in line, probably, but grab your jersey and enjoy the day. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So lots of really cool stuff coming up. So I think last time we talked, things were starting to pick up just a little bit. That was a couple months back, and now it seems like, man, we're busier than ever. Memphis Wrestling's all over the place. Literally, we're going to be at the Dyer County Fair on the 10th. The 16th, we have Jackson, which is Jackson, Tennessee. It's the West Tennessee State Fair. So you'll start seeing us pop up at different festivals and things like that. And then Midtown Con is coming up in October. We'll be answering questions and doing live interactions on that. I believe that's at Black Lodge. So just a lot of stuff coming up, man. You can get the schedules and everything at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. But tomorrow is the big one. That's a big free one, man. That's going to be so much fun.
What the interesting thing is, 901 Day, the big party. Y'all should do something. Do you know whose birthday tomorrow is?
Yes, I do.
It's mine.
Well, hold on a second. You share a very, very famous 901 birthday. So I am jealous of you, and I'm jealous of the other guy that I'm going to tell you. Because being born and bred here in Memphis, Tennessee, I wish my birthday was on 901. Dave Brown's birthday's on 901.
What?
Like the most famous weatherman in the history of Memphis, and also, of course, a strong tie with Memphis wrestling.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I always thought it was kind of like a gimmick. Like, of course, Dave Brown's birthday's on 901. But yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Man, thank you. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe I need to get over there to the CW30, the whole new situation that you got over there going on, your brand new arena that's absolutely beautiful. Looks like I'm going to have to come over there and start doing a little work with Dave Brown, aren't I?
I'm going to have to strap the headphones on you, the microphone, and we're going to have to do some commentary ringside.
I'm ready to do it. And everybody out there, again, go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Get the schedule. Follow Dustin at Dustin Starr on the Twitter. Don't forget to follow at CW30 Wrestling. Plus, you got at Memphis Grizz, Memphis Redbirds, Memphis Hustle. Dustin's doing it all, but it feels like the whole entire world's about to kind of change tomorrow because once September 1st gets here, again, like you said, you got 901 Day. We got football starting. We only got 3 Thursdays left in September. 2 Thursdays left in September for $2 beer and Dollar Dog Night. They're giving away some beautiful Grizzlies jerseys on September 24th at 3 o'clock down at Redbird Stadium. My question is do you have any idea which jerseys? Are they giving away a bunch of jerseys, or is it all going to be one player's jersey?
It'll be the one Grizzlies-themed jersey.
The Grizzlies-themed jersey?
Yeah, the Grizzlies-themed jersey, and I'm not sure if it's going to be identical to the ones they play in. But stay tuned. At Memphis Redbirds, they're going to do a big reveal, leading up to it and everything, and it's literally right around the corner. And, just to give a quick shout-out to the Redbirds and the Grizzlies, just throughout the years of, keeping the Memphis wrestling spirit kind of alive, through all those wrestling nights and just different appearances and stuff, and to do a big thing on 901 Day featuring, live matches with Memphis Wrestling. I just I can't be more excited and more happy about it, and happy for our competitors that are going to be out there too, because it'll be a whole new audience that's going to see them. So I'm just super stoked about it, man. Hey, you come out to 901 Day, you better stay away from the ring with that broken hand.
I'm going to stay away from the ring, but I'm definitely going to be down there tomorrow because there's no way. You got 4 concerts basically going on. You got a wrestling throwdown going on. You got a market expo, food trucks, the Jukin' Battle. What is the Jukin' Battle? Do you know?
Oh, man. So it's like we have the Jukers that come out almost like the Beale Street Flippers, but it's a dance, and it's a dance battle.
Oh,
so there'll
cool.
be a Jukin' Battle out there. And you know what? Usually the Flippers around. I haven't seen them being announced or anything, but it's very similar to that. The Jukers.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Nice. My question also for you is, do you work? Are you going to be working the next event? And I'm talking about the. Oh my gosh, September 2nd. What is it that you got going on September 2nd? Because don't you have another wrestling?
Yeah, actually, you probably have some viewership, some listenership out there in Crenshaw, Mississippi. So
yeah.
It's about 50 miles from Memphis. Crenshaw is just historically known as a very, very strong professional wrestling town, especially for Memphis wrestling. Mayor Oscar Barlow out there, he was the mayor for many, many years, and he's a big wrestling advocate. So out at the Volunteer Fire Station, we've got tickets as low as like $10 for ringside or whatnot. So we're going to make our return to Crenshaw, Mississippi at the Volunteer Fire Station. That's on Friday. We are doing advanced tickets at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com, or you can just pull up. You can grab your tickets at the door. We usually fill the fire station up real quick, so we are really looking forward to that. That's really cool, like the smaller buildings, kind of similar to the Wrestle Center, where the fans are in real close, and if you've got 100 of them in there, they are just rabid, going crazy like the old school studio style Memphis wrestling crowd. So it'll be a real intimate setting out there. I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you for that, Johnny. But Friday, Crenshaw, Mississippi, it's going to be awesome. And we bring all the TV stars out to these events. We don't just book, hey, who's in that area and who's cheap. No, the stars that you see on our program every Saturday at noon on CW30, that's who you're going to see in the ring on 901 Day and then in Crenshaw on Friday.
And
we
plus,
bring the big guns.
And not only do you bring the big guns and everything, but if you can't make it over to Crenshaw and things like that, if you can't make it to maybe the Dyers County Clash, y'all are still doing those free watch parties out at Dave & Buster's, aren't you?
Yeah, this is a rare weekend, too, where we have back-to-back. So Saturday is WWE Clash at the Castle, and then Sunday is AEW All Out. Two really, especially All Out, man, that's one of their biggest pay-per-views of the year. I think it's sold out within minutes. But, yeah, you can come pull up at Dave & Buster's, man. It's absolutely free, no strings attached. Just come in, sit down, watch some wrestling with us.
Man, I'll see you tomorrow at 901 Day, and I can guarantee you I'll see you at the next 2 Thursdays down at AutoZone Park, and I definitely won't forget Saturday, September 24th. Get down there early as they're giving away, that's right, Grizz jerseys. Dustin, be blessed, and is there anything else you need to tell the people before you bounce?
Yes, I have 2 words for you. Oh, yeah! I'll see you guys tomorrow.
That's my buddy, Dustin Starr. We'll be seeing him tomorrow at 901 Day. The 901 Bash kicks off pretty early. And, dang, it's just, to be honest with you, Jay, did you have any idea about the 901 Bash they were throwing for my birthday?
No, I didn't know it was for your birthday, John. I thought it was for 901 Day, but I guess it's for your birthday.
I mean, they restarted 901 Day. Oh, because of the telephone. It's also, September 1st, 901.
Embarrassed to say it took me a minute to figure it out.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, I mean, I knew about 901 Day before, but when he said it, I was like, 901 Day, what's going on? But then I realized it's because it's September 1st, and that's also, like you said, John, the area code.
You are a trip. I love you, Jay. I will tell you something, though. If you're ready to go to the 901 Bash, you probably want to look good. You want to feel good. Because when you look good, you just feel better. So go down to Frontier Western Store at 5080 Goodman Road. They're down in Olive Branch. You can get everything from super tough work boots to hiking boots to dress boots to cowboy boots. They have all the boots you need. Plus, they have all your jeans. Get ready for the fall, baby. They got Ariat to Wrangler. They have a children's department, a ladies' boutique. And if you can't get down to Olive Branch, you can just go online to frontierwesternstore.com. The website's so easy to navigate. You can shop by sale. You can shop by brands, men's, kids, women's department, boots. It is easy to navigate, and the cool thing is they ship your order within 24 hours, so it arrives at your house in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Plus, any order over $75 is shipped absolutely free. Frontier Western Store and frontierwesternstore.com. On the other side, we got a little day baseball at 105. We got to put in a little bet. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Fiveash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied.
Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Want to sleep better, manage pain, ease anxiety, or just feel better? Have you tried hemp? Hemp 2.0 is a locally owned and operated full-service retail CBD and THC store in Collierville. Hemp 2.0 carries only the best and latest lines of all hemp-derived products, with over 100 different brands to choose from to meet all needs. Whether you want to combat pain and inflammation, sleepless nights, arthritis pain, or stress, Hemp 2.0 has something to improve your overall health and well-being. If you're looking for an unbeatable, uplifting, and euphoric feel, Hemp 2.0 now also carries all federally legal hemp-derived THC products. Have questions? Come by Hemp 2.0 and meet their knowledgeable staff or visit shophemp20.com. At Hemp 2.0, they provide a quality range of the best CBD and THC products, including edibles, topicals, smokables, tinctures, vapes, and their newest addition, infused drinks. Experience the finest, all natural products at Hemp 2.0 today. 3670 South Houston Levee Road in Collierville. Hemp 2.0, your one-stop shop for health, wellness, lifestyle.
Everyone needs protection, whether you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson State Farm Insurance can buckle you up with auto insurance, can back you up with life and health insurance, cover your business whether it's starting, growing, or maturing, and don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today at 901-381-1233 or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson.
Hey Mid-South, the end of summer is almost here. Kids are getting ready for the new school year, but I'll be left behind unless I get my rear in gear. Colin Johnston here from DeSoto Auto Sales, and I need your old ride. So if you bring your keys in, I'll help you end the season on a high note. You could get up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value for your old ride. So don't spend another minute in a car you hate. Trade up when you trade it in today. Even if you've had credit problems in the past, my For the People credit approval process works. So if driving your current car is getting old, bring your keys in and you could get the deal of the season. Up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value for your old ride. But hurry, offer ends at my end of season Keys In sales event. I'm Colin Johnston, your dealer for the people. See all the cars at DeSotoAutosales.com. That's DESOTO autosales.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Trade-in condition determines actual trade allowance. Kelley Blue Book is a registered trademark of the Kelley Blue Book Company Incorporated, which is not affiliated with DeSoto Auto Sales. Offer absolutely ends on August 31st, 2022.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I got Jay Morgan Harder in the house. And hey, man, it's August 31st. You know what that means, don't you? Tomorrow is 901 Day. It's the 901 Bash downtown. You got concerts. You got food trucks. You got, what is it, Jukin'? Where they have a little dance-off. We're going to have Memphis Wrestling. Dustin Starr will be down there partying like a rock star. And 8-Ball MJG are going to be down there. A question for you, Jay, is, like, one of my favorite 8-Ball MJG songs, and I don't think we can do it because 8-Ball MJG, they feature Notorious B.I.G. and Project Pat. Have you ever heard the song Relax and Take Notes?
Of course.
Yeah. What do they take notes for?
I don't know. I've never.
For the paper, man. For the paper. Do you know what MEMPHIS? I'm going to leave the rest of that off. But, man, that's happening tomorrow, 901 Bash. I can't. Of week 1 in college football. We've had week 0. But do you know what's right around the corner, Jay?
The NFL season.
That's right. The NFL season is almost here. So why don't you kick off week 1 with FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. You join today, you get started, and guess what? $150 will be yours in free bets guaranteed when you just place a $5 bet. That's right. Just sign up with the promo code HAPPY. And then you get in on the action. Then you can turn game day into payday all season long. I've already told you there's a lot of great bets out there, but I love the Saints in positive money to win their division. I like taking the Raiders to finish second and it's plus like 300 in the AFC West. Did you know that? That's right. And the Raiders, by the way, just got rid of Alex Leatherwood. Did you hear about that? Can you believe that? Dude played at Alabama, was All-American. He's already been cut after one horrible season with the Raiders. Now they've added him to the Bears. I wouldn't bet any futures bets on the Bears, but you can bet everything at FanDuel. Play your way and bet more than just the final score. You can wager on everything from touchdowns to totals, to total yards, to catches. You can bet live. You can do it all. You can even combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay. So don't fumble your chance to get $150 in free bets, win or lose, with the promo code HAPPY. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. You must be 21 and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit is required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days after you receive them. Restrictions do apply. See the terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789. On the other side, we got Russell Copeland talking one thing. Football. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
The lunatic is in my head.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. It's been a particularly rainy season, and that stain on your ceiling isn't getting any smaller, exposing your family to the possibility of mold. Let me come take a look. 867-0303. Our technicians are Owens Corning Platinum Preferred, so don't let someone tell you that it has to be replaced if all you need is a repair to get several more years of life. 867-0303. Have me on your speed dial for when life's little catastrophes come up. 867-0303. Upgrade your roof to a beautiful Owens Corning Duration Architectural Shingle with a 50-year warranty and an unheard of 25-year labor guarantee. I'll measure your roof from outer space and give you a competitive estimate right over the phone. Buy now and pay nothing till 2022 with approved credit. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Memphis Barbecue Supply wants to help you kick off Labor Day weekend. Be the envy of your neighborhood with some of the best barbecue supplies. Memphis Barbecue Supply carries over 280 different barbecue rubs, sauces, glazes, and injections to help you add more flavor to that Labor Day barbecue. Memphis Barbecue Supply carries the largest selection of charcoal and smoking wood in the Mid-South. Over 10 different flavors of wood chips, chunks, mini logs, and logs. Need charcoal? Memphis Barbecue Supply typically carries 4,000 pounds of premium lump and briquette charcoal in stock. Do you have a pellet grill? Memphis Barbecue Supply has you taken care of. 9 different varieties of wood pellets to provide not only the heat, but also that perfect flavor. So let Memphis Barbecue Supply help you make the perfect selection to kick off your Labor Day weekend. Memphis Barbecue Supply is located at 7041 Stage Road in Memphis, or you can order online at mbbqsupply.com. Follow them on all the social media platforms for recipes, new products, and barbecue news.
Add a little excitement to your sports watching experience by betting on all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook. There's a reason why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Their app is simple to use. They've got great odds on all different betting markets, unique, fun bet types like same-game parlay, and exclusive, always-on promotions such as enhanced odds boosts on the biggest events to let you get more action out of every game day. And if you win, they even get you your winnings safely in as little as 24 hours. If you've never tried FanDuel Sportsbook, what are you waiting for? Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app to get started and be sure to sign up with promo code CASH so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code CASH. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Like, I don't know. Can you just pick something and order? Yeah, but anyway, where are you at? You don't look...
It only takes 2 seconds of distracted driving to become a statistic. You can lose your driving privileges, your vehicle, face jail time, or even lose or take a life. Slow down, Memphis. The life you save may be your own. Brought to you by the Memphis Police Department, Traffic Operations.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
4.9 liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. I'm blessed to have Jay Morgan Harder in the house. We're about to talk with Russell Copeland. Big thanks to Dustin Starr, who joined us in the first hour. But I do have to remind everybody, it's after 12 o'clock, even Central Time. And you know what that means? It's Tito's time, baby. It's happy hour time. When life hands you lemons, just make a lemon drop. When life gives you love, like football is starting tomorrow, college football cannot wait, you know what you do? You still do the same thing. Tito's Vodka. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Tito's Vodka is better than any other vodka I've ever had. It is also a top 10 vodka by all metrics. You go into any little, you check out every single super spirit. You know what they call the people that drink the wine?
Sommelier.
Sommelier. If I'm a vodka sommelier, whatever, there's actually one for water, which doesn't make much sense to me. Have you heard that?
An Agüe.
An Agüe. But I'm a Tito's guy, and I'm just going to tell you, I've tried all the vodkas. I've tried them all. Tito's is better for a few reasons. One, it's crafted right here in the United States. The price for a top 10 vodka can't get better than $32.99 for a whole big old half gallon. You get the handle, $32.99. You can't beat that anywhere else. Plus, it's 100% corn, making it naturally gluten-free. So if you don't want gluten in your diet, don't worry. Tito's is not going to cause you that problem. But the other thing is Tito Beverage, who came up with the recipe, literally decided to himself, he's not just going to distill the vodka, get out all the impurities. Of course, they do that by stilling the vodka, but most people don't do it the old school classic copper pot way. Well, Tito's Vodka does, and it gives it a very unique flavor. It's slightly sweet, has a black pepper note, balances everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Whatever you do, make sure you get your Tito's on today. And always remember, if you want to arrive alive, don't Tito's and drive. What's up, Cope? How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. How are you, Johnny? Just
man,
looking forward to college football tomorrow. The Tigers play this weekend, and next week the NFL Open. So it's football season, man.
It is football season, and I am so excited. We did watch a little football last weekend. I do have to say, though, coming off the top rope for my man, Scott Frost. I'm surprised he didn't get left over in Ireland. Nebraska, who it felt like at 3 different times completely took momentum of that football game, yet they fumbled it away or onside kicked it away. Scott Frost, some very questionable calls down the stretch. So that was what stuck out in week 0. Looking ahead right now, the only thing I can think about is Mississippi State and Memphis September 3rd down in Starkville. You're going to be, of course, on the broadcast all season long. You played at the University of Memphis. You also played for the Buffalo Bills in the National Football League. Is there anything that you want to tell us today that kind of gives you a little bit of excitement that you can believe why Memphis might go down to Starkville and pull off this upset?
Well, honestly, it's a black and blue football game. And I think when you look at the SEC, many think that the SEC is the most competitive division, is the best division when you look at the teams. And I think there's no better way for this Memphis football team to put themselves on the map than to go down to a hostile territory and play against a good physical football team in the Mississippi State Bulldogs. But I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking to see how the offensive defensive line can match the physicality. But I do think this football team has a lot of speed and agility, and I think that we'll be able to see that in this first game. But I'm just looking forward to see where these Tigers are going to match up in this first football game against the Mississippi State Bulldogs, and I think they match up very well.
Man, I'm excited. I hope they can get them 2 years in a row. That would be flat out awesome. And plus, I just feel like this year, last year wasn't the best year for Ryan Silverfield. I have a feeling they're going to take a big step forward, so I am excited. But I want to talk to you because, again, you played in the biggest game in the world, the Super Bowl. You played for Jim Kelly and the Buffalo Bills. You had a great NFL career. You were also a wonderful Tiger. But I'm looking around at the National Football League, and yes, we think of the Jerry Rice back in the day. We can go back to Randy Moss and Chris Carter, and we've seen great tandems of wide receivers on the same team. Always seemed like they were a little bit different, though. Randy was that vertical guy. Chris Carter just caught touchdowns, built a little different. Randy, that straight line speed, long, athletic. But when I look down in Miami, and I look at Tyreek Hill with Jalen Waddle, and I see two guys who are very similar to each other. Both of these guys are 4-3 guys. Both have quick twitch. Both have great hands and find, a knack to get the football. How big of a difference having both of these guys play on the same team can that make for Tua and this offense?
Well, it makes the offense definitely more dynamic when you add the speed and the athleticism and the versatility of both of these wide receivers. But I just have to look at this offense as a whole. When you look at what they were able to do in free agency, first of all, I think signing Mike McDaniel as the head coach because he's an offensive guru for what he has been able to do with the San Francisco 49ers. But they're putting the pieces in the pieces in place for their offense. When you look at they signed Teddy Bridgewater as a backup in case Tua Tagovailoa cannot be able to get it done. Teddy is more than capable of getting this offense going with these type of weapons. They signed Chase Edmonds, running back from Arizona. You got Sony Michel, who just won a Super Bowl with the Rams. You got the speedster and Raheem Mostert. And we talked about the Tyreek Hill trade, but I like Cedric Wilson from the Dallas Cowboys. They re-signed Mike Gesicki at the tight end. You'll see him be able to spread out, get one-on-one coverages, and be able to make a lot of big plays for him. But I think they upgraded their offensive line, Johnny. They went out and got the number one overall offensive lineman in free agency when they got Terron Armstead. They also got a good offensive guard in Connor Williams. When you put all of this together with Mike McDaniels, we were able to see what Deebo Samuels was able to do and George Kittle was able to do in this offense. Now you have a souped-up Deebo Samuels and Tyreek Hill. And they're going to be interchangeable. You'll see their running backs flex outside. You'll see their tight ends in the backfield. You'll see their running backs, play tight end positions. You'll also see their wide receivers come out of the backfield. He's going to put a lot of pressure on defenses with the multiple offenses, but they also have a lot of speed. So they're going to be able to really stretch the defense and be able to hit their backs out of the backfield. I'm just excited to see when you put all of these players together under this great offense to see how they can gel together. But I'm looking forward to some big plays. The Miami Dolphins will have a lot of big plays this year on offense.
Man, we know how good that defense was last year. Again, Tua, struggled a little bit, but he definitely didn't have the weapons he did. The offensive line, like you said, bringing in Armstead and also Connor Williams, that helps solidify the offensive line, which is going to be a huge thing for him. But this team right now, if they get quarterback play from Tua Tagovailoa, the rest of the teams, it looks like it's a ready-made football team to go compete, and it feels like nobody really talks about them in the AFC, even in their own division in the East. It's the Bills. Over in the North, they're talking about the the Bengals, the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Browns are making some noise. Colts, Titans in the South, and then basically everybody in the AFC West. Watch out, people. Don't sleep on those Dolphins, but I do believe this. If Tua does not lead them into a great record, I think this might be the last time Tua does start for the Miami Dolphins. I just think it's kind of obvious because, like you said, you look around at the weapons, the new coach that they got in there, who's a genius. I like what Miami's doing. Now, I'm curious, though, what's going on, because we talked about their coach coming over from San Francisco and everything that he was able to do with Debo, and just that offense looks very effective under Jimmy G. Well, they lose their OC. They are keeping Jimmy G. Is this something significant for this football team, having Jimmy G actually stay in San Francisco to be the backup to Trey Lance?
I think you have your pros and cons, and I think the pros is that you have two starters at the quarterback position. But when you look at Jimmy G, he's been a 5-year starter. He led this football team to Super Bowl 54. And going into the fourth quarter, he was leading his football team to a 20-10 lead before Patrick Mahomes scored 3 touchdowns in that fourth quarter. I think when you look at Trey Lance, it's similar to me what the Rams did with Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford. Even though Trey Lance has not played like Matthew Stafford, he's a number 1 draft pick, and they feel like they can get over the hump with Trey Lance. But in case he slips, you have Jimmy G. I think the negative part of that is that can these personalities mesh? Because now they're trading places as far as Trey Lance now being the starter and Jimmy G has started. Now, you look at it, he's really lost his job. And the last time that I can remember when you see a young quarterback comes in and takes over from a proven veteran is what I saw in Philadelphia when Carson Wentz had to take a back seat to Jalen Hurts, and Carson Wentz did not really take that very well. Would Jimmy G be able to sit back if Trey Lance struggles? If the fans are calling for Jimmy G, how do they mesh then? I think the perfect case scenario is that Trey Lance comes out, he plays very well, and we'll have to see what Jimmy G is able to do after this season as far as free agency. But if he struggles, I think that could cause some turmoil in that locker room. So we'll just have to see how these personalities can mesh, because it could go good with the pros, but it also could go bad like the Philadelphia Eagles, like we saw with Carson Wentz.
Do you think Trey Lance is going to, if Jimmy G was traded away, is there any chance that he catches himself maybe just looking over his shoulder and worrying about individual plays instead of just complete body of work? Does that happen with a young quarterback?
Well, it can happen, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen with Trey Lance, because when you look at it, they have given him the football team, and I think he understands and knows it's his job to lose. But you'll hear me say all the time, competition breeds success, and he knows Jimmy G's there. So to me, I'm going to look at it as a good competition and look at it as something positive for him to make sure that he steps up and keeps this job. It can work very well for him because, you got a good backup, go out and play very well. So I don't think he looks over his shoulder as far as negativity, as far as taking a step back. I think he looks at it in a positive situation. He'll learn from Jimmy G, but he knows, look, I have to come out and play. It's my time to play, and I think he'll play very well.
Me and Jay talked about this a little bit earlier in the show, and I wanted to ask you this. Tony Romo says he still believes that Zach Wilson is going to be great. Again, I know we haven't seen a lot of him, but again, when I was watching the preseason game and Joe Flacco's on the sideline and the receivers are all around Joe Flacco talking about, how great the ball is that he throws, just kind of gives me a little bit of pause. He says, though, Tony Romo, great broadcaster, great football player, says Zach Wilson will not just be good, but will be great. He also says he believes in Robert Saleh as a coach. And if he gets a little bit more time in the pocket to throw the ball, then we're actually going to see a big difference in Zach Wilson. Do you buy what Tony Romo's selling about Zach Wilson?
Well, that's high praise coming from Tony Romo. But first of all, I think being injured for Zach Wilson definitely hurts his progression going into his second year. He's still learning how to play the quarterback position in the National Football League, so he needs playing time and he needs reps. But looking at him last year, I think there were some times where he looked as if he was going to be that franchise quarterback and lead this team to victories, but he's been inconsistent. So I think him getting back on the field and playing, I think we'll have to see how his maturation goes. But right now, he's definitely taking a step back because he's not able to play. So we'll just have to, sit back and see how the season goes. But right now, I think it's unfair to really say what type of player he's going to be, because this is his important sophomore year. This is his second year, and right now he's starting the season being injured.
Now, we talked about Tua. We've talked about Zach, another young quarterback. We got another young quarterback, of course, out there, Mac Jones, with the Patriots. Now, reports from Patriots training camp have been basically, it sounds like a horror story left and right. The offensive woes, I don't think you can actually, watching the preseason, you don't want to look too much in it, but their woes in preseason look horrible. Their woes in practice, it sounds like they're horrible. They lost Josh McDaniels to the Raiders, so they lost their offensive coordinator. But Patriot beats writer refused to criticize, of course, Bill Belichick, and I agree he's earned the benefit of the doubt. But are you worried about Matt Patricia? Are you worried about Bill Belichick's offense this year? Is this going to be a year that you could see Mac Jones basically like digress? Because if you look at his weapons, I mean, we talk about Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I hate to say this, but the Patriots' weapons don't scare, I don't believe, anybody. Do we need to give the Patriots the benefit of the doubt and just wait for the season, or should there be cause for concern?
Well, I think it's both. I think, first of all, Bill Belichick definitely deserves the benefit of the doubt. He's won 8 Super Bowls, 2 as an assistant with the Giants on the Bill Parcells, and he's won 6 as a head coach for the New England Patriots. So, yes, but is there an area of concern? It definitely is, because when you look at Joe Judge being an offensive assistant, he's mainly been a special team coach. He goes over to the New York Giants, and he's supposed to get Daniel Jones ready to play to be a franchise quarterback. He failed miserably. And now you look at Matt Patricia is going to be the offensive coordinator, and his background is a defensive coordinator. He was the defensive coordinator from 2012 to 2017 with the Patriots. He took over as the head coach for the Lions, and he failed miserably. So I think the worst thing that could have happened was losing Josh McDaniels for Mac Jones, because I like Mac Jones. I thought he was a perfect fit. I think he fell into the laps of the New England Patriots. I think his pedigree of how he was coached at Alabama under Nick Saban, I think it just fit in to the culture of what he was used to at Alabama coming in. But just losing Josh McDaniels is going to be tough. I think we have to see how this season unfolds. But yes, absolutely, it's an area of concern because, as you mentioned, I don't see a whole lot of weapons. And just looking at it from a strategy standpoint, you have 2 coaches that are calling plays that really don't have any experience. One is a defensive coordinator, defensive-minded coach, and the other one has simply been special teams. I think they're going to go to their blueprint and go on defense, but you look at defensively, they lost a lot of players defensively. So right now we'll have to see, can Bill Belichick pull something out of the hat? But it is an area of concern for the New England Patriots.
Oh, my goodness. It's just, ever since – I know the Patriots fans, they love Bill Belichick, but I know that they still, see Tom Brady when he won that, that Super Bowl with the Bucs, and I know they're looking at Mac Jones, and they have a lot of belief because he had a really good rookie season. But if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at Jacoby Myers and Kendrick Bourne, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that ain't Chris Carter and Randy Moss. Just don't see the weapons that they're going to have down there to actually help this young man be successful. But I got to know, yesterday was the day of cuts, and you, again, like you said, you played in the league. Cut day is probably one of the more tough days around pro football and pro sports. A lot of people lose their jobs, of course. Do you believe, though, that there's a player that might have been cut yesterday that could make a big difference on another team?
There were a lot of players that were cut, but one player that stands out to me is O.J. Howard. From a first-round pick.
Out of Alabama.
He's been injured. Yes, and I was really thinking that he could team up with Knox and be there with Josh Allen and really, help provide a lot of, big plays for that offense down the middle, running 2 tight end sets. So I don't know if he's injured, but I thought that was a player that could play, and that name stood out for me. And also at the running back position, when he was with Denver, I think he was very explosive. I'm talking about Philip Lindsay. And now he was released yesterday. I think these 2 players here can go out and make some plays, but it's still a question mark to me with O.J. Howard, like really actually what's going on with him, because I did not expect to see O.J. Howard released yesterday by the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, O.J. Howard, when he came out of Alabama, especially when I saw his combine numbers, his size, his speed, he was like Kyle Pitts before Kyle Pitts. I think Kyle Pitts is going to have that better career, especially just watching the way he plays. But, man, I'm surprised he didn't work out perfectly in Buffalo. You think that I just would have thought that would have worked out good. I agree with you. Now, I saw this and I almost fell over. The Lions-Steelers preseason game on CBS had 5.82 million viewers. That's more than all of the NBA Christmas Day games last year. What does this say, if anything, about the NFL and basically America's sports culture?
Well, when you talk about the National Football League, I think it's still a high commodity. When you look at American viewers, I think it's still a very popular sport, despite the physicality, which can lead to concussions and lead to injuries. And I think Americans really cannot get enough of football, and that's why I believe that leagues such as the XFL that starts this spring and the USFL that just finished this past spring, I think both can be successful. I think the USFL was successful. I think it was some good players. We talked about Tarpon last week playing for the Cowboys. I think, he was a great player in the USFL, but I think we love football. I don't think we can get enough of football. As long as you don't tweak the rules a lot and it's still, you can understand it and it's still football, I don't think Americans can get enough. But it just shows, despite a lot of things that has happened over the past 5 or 6 years on and off the field in the National Football League, it's still a high commodity.
That is a great point, man. And the one thing is like Canadian football, I can't ever get used to because like they have 3 downs. That always kind of like messed my whole head up, and just the way the fields were, and the guys running around in the backfield. But like I said, if it looks like what we see on Saturdays in college and what we see on Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays in the NFL, I'm with you 100%. And as long as you don't do like what the the XFL did the first time when they have the guys run for the opening punt and like kill each other. Again, football does not need gimmicks. If you want to be successful in football, get great athletes playing good football out there, and you're going to have people. You're going to have the eyeballs on the TV and butts in the stands. So I'm with you 1,000%. Man, I appreciate you so much. Football is finally here, Russell. Go Tigers. I'm looking forward to everything. But I did one last little thing I did want to say. Have you, by any chance, looked at just the way that the NFL is opening up their seasons? Like Thursday, September 8th, you're going to get the Bills and the Rams. First game of the year. Wow. Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, the defending champs against a lot of people's pick to come out of the AFC to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Then you go to, of course, the first Sunday. They have some of the craziest stuff, I think, out there. Like when you have, that the Panthers are hosting the Browns. So Baker Mayfield gets to play his old Cleveland Browns team. It just seems like the NFL, and I don't know if they do this stuff on purpose. You get to see the Chiefs and the Cardinals, so you'll see Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray, the Buccaneers and the Cowboys. Like, even when it comes to the scheduling, the NFL has everything down pat. Do they do some of this scheduling on purpose?
I think it's great marketing. I think the marketing team does an outstanding job. I think they look at it and they're able to see, when you look at free agency, what players go to different teams, and they're able to see what does America want to see. And I think it's just outstanding that they did that. But you look at New England and Miami. That's the old rivalry. That's going to be really good. We talked about some of the questions about New England, and we talked about the anticipation of a great season with the Dolphins. I think that'll be good because now when you look at it, you get a chance to see, how good is Miami, and is New England as bad as they've shown in the preseason. And also for me, I like a game like the Giants and Tennessee. And when you look at what the Tennessee Titans were able to do last year, now you look at the Giants being rebuilding. Can their 1-2 punch, Barkley, can he get back to where he was, before his ACL injury a couple of years ago? It's going to be some great football this opening week. I like Green Bay and Minnesota. I think that'll be great. I like Las Vegas and the Chargers. I think that'll be a great game. We talked about the AFC West, how many teams are in the AFC West. The Vegas and Chargers game is going to be a great one.
Man, the NFL just has it going on, and so does Russell Copeland. He joins me every single Wednesday at noon. We got a long season ahead, so do me a favor, don't get burnt out in the first week, okay, my friend?
Hey, looking forward to it, Johnny. We're going to have a great season, man.
Hey, be blessed out there, and let's get a W on Saturday when the Tigers play Mississippi State.
That's right. Go Tigers.
That's Russell Copeland. That's my good buddy. He joins me, of course, every Wednesday at noon. We talk NFL. We talk college football. We talk sports, baby. We talk about it all. Now, I got to take a quick break because you know what I'm doing on the other side? Well, I'm going to go to a place called Hardenwood because it feels so good. But before I get to the break, what if you have a little issue with your home? If it starts with your roof, that thing can lead into 1,000 different problems. Have you ever had water damage? Well, you don't want to have water damage. If you think you have damage to your roof, you need to call the #1 contractor in the Mid-South, residential and commercial. And that's Brian Elder. That's right, Brian Elder. Call him at 901-867-0303, 901-867-0303. Let him come love on your roof. Or you can schedule an appointment online at brianelderroofing.com. And don't forget, if your homeowner's insurance has turned you down in the past 12 months for damages that you believe you're owed, call Brian Elder Roofing. Let him come out there, bring his professionals. There will be a no-obligation, thorough evaluation of your property. They're going to document all the damage they find. They're fully certified HAG inspectors, and they're trained to identify storm damage. The one thing, though, that's so important, they're going to build an estimate in a language your carrier will understand. And if Brian Elder says you have a claim, book it, Dano. You got a claim. Again, call him at 901-867-0303 or go online to brianelderroofing.com. Hardenwood on the other side on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Attention sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite leagues, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the tables. You need a sportsbook with integrity, longevity, and you need to know you're gonna get paid. You need a sportsbook that offers everything, including live betting, MMA, golf, horses, esports, and all kinds of crazy bets. Call today at 1-800-79-BET-US. That's 1-800-79-BET-US, and they will walk you through setting up an account. Nobody in the industry gives better bonuses than BetUS. Join now. Mention BetUS 2022, and you can get up to 200% in bonuses on your first deposit. Nobody beats that. Head to BetUS.com and join today. That's BetUS, where the game begins.
Looking for a new ride but can't seem to find the one you want? Well, we got it covered at Gossett Kia on the Pike. Take the road by storm in a 2023 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive SUV. Now just $245 a month. 36-month lease, $29.99 due at signing. That's $245 a month for a 2023 Kia Seltos LX. And we've got lots to choose from at Gossett Kia on the Pike. But if you don't see what you want, we'll get it ordered for you ASAP. Just pick out the one you want and you won't pay over at Gossett Kia on the Pike. Plus, all Gossett Kias come equipped with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today at Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike. Or shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
$650 acquisition fee, $30,000 per year, 20 cents excess mileage, 0 security deposit. Seltos P737 134.5 MSRP 24,610. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Kia. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 9/1/22. Dealer stock only.
Memphis Barbecue Supply wants to help you kick off Labor Day weekend. Be the envy of your neighborhood with some of the best barbecue supplies. Memphis Barbecue Supply carries over 280 different barbecue rubs, sauces, glazes, and injections to help you add more flavor to that Labor Day barbecue. Memphis Barbecue Supply carries the largest selection of charcoal and smoking wood in the Mid-South. Over 10 different flavors of wood chips, chunks, mini logs, and logs. Need charcoal? Memphis Barbecue Supply typically carries 4,000 pounds of premium lump and briquette charcoal in stock. Do you have a pellet grill? Memphis Barbecue Supply has you taken care of. 9 different varieties of wood pellets to provide not only the heat, but also that perfect flavor. So let Memphis Barbecue Supply help you make the perfect selection to kick off your Labor Day weekend. Memphis Barbecue Supply is located at 7041 Stage Road in Memphis, or you can order online at mbbqsupply.com. Follow them on all the social media platforms for recipes, new products, and barbecue news.
Looking for a high-efficiency planting solution? The Case IH 2150 Early Riser Planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a rugged row unit for a fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH 2150 Early Riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so that you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag Equipment at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH Equipment headquarters.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work denim by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967. Say there was a place, the perfect place for everything you need for tailgates and patios, grills and chairs, charcoal and coolers, everything to make a great game or a great day. That perfect place wouldn't be a warehouse. It's East Memphis Ace Hardware. Locally owned and operated at Quince and White Station, East Memphis Ace Hardware is where you'll find Benjamin Moore paints, local plants from local growers, and Black & Decker tools. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their tailgates. Welcome to East Memphis Ace Hardware, the home convenience store.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house. Like to remind you, we've learned a lot today. We've learned that 901 Day is tomorrow. And do you know why it's called 901 Day?
Something to do with the area code, right, John?
901 is the Memphis area code. And guess what tomorrow the date is?
The 1st of September.
901.
Whoa.
It's the first day of September. And guess what else tomorrow is?
It's Dave Brown's birthday.
It is Dave Brown's birthday. Do you know else who shares a birthday with Dave Brown?
You.
That is right.
Johnny
me.
Radio.
So we're going to celebrate 901 Day downtown at 5 o'clock. We got 8 Ball and MJG partying. We got food trucks. We got juking going on. We got Memphis wrestling. There's 4 concerts going on downtown. By the way, you can park there at the FedEx Forum at the Gossett parking garage, and guess what? You can park absolutely free. It's 901 Day. Celebrate. Plus, we have college football kicking things off. The Vols are going to play tomorrow. But by the way, guess what else we have going on this weekend? Talking about concerts. Not just 8 Ball MJG down at, 901 Day Bash downtown. We also have a September 3rd. Where? At the Radiance Amphitheater, Live at the Gardens presents the Doobie Brothers. I hate to say this, they're sold out.
What's your favorite Doobie Brothers song, John?
My favorite Doobie Brothers song is "Smoke That Ish."
That's a good one.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good one.
I don't know the names of their songs though.
Oh, Blackwater.
I know that song. What's the name of the song?
Blackwater.
It's called Blackwater. I know that song, Blackwater. By the way, speaking of water, we probably shouldn't mention much Blackwater. I mean, Jackson, Mississippi, the largest city in Mississippi, is having a water crisis. Deion Sanders is saying that it's putting his football team in crisis mode. You can't even wash yourself, brush your teeth, or drink the water in Mississippi right now. Whew, that's a bad situation. By the way, in Florida, Jackson State, you know who they're supposed to play?
The Rattlers,
Florida
A&M,
Mm-hmm.
who played North Carolina last week and gave them a little run for their money there.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big, big game, man. But I feel bad for those kids right now and I feel bad for everybody down in Jackson, Mississippi, who is dealing with this water crisis. But we don't have a water crisis, and Blackwater is a Doobie Brothers song. And on September 3rd, you can go see it. Actually, you can't if you don't already have your tickets. There might be a few tickets left on sale, but I got one pair I'm going to give away, Jay. All you have to do is text me your first and last name. You have to send me your email address and your cell phone. So you need your name, your email address, and your cell phone number. What do you send it to, Jay?
901-360-8255.
That's right, 901-360-8255. That is the text and listener line. Now, we won't be listening to it because you're not going to call it. You're going to text to 901-360-8255 your name, your email address, and your phone number if you want tickets to see the Doobie Brothers this Saturday. Man, I'm a nice guy.
So nice. John, they're sold out. You also have What a Fool Believes. You know that song?
That's another one,
That's
man.
a little 80s song.
By the way,
I like
Doobie
Blackwater.
Brothers, do they allow you to smoke doobies?
John, of course they do. I shouldn't say of course they do.
I think so. I
But
was
they
going to
should.
say, hey, when I was at Mempho Fest, I can tell you one thing. I couldn't even smell, I didn't smell the normal crisp in the air that you do normally smell. All I smelled was dank.
How about this, John? How about a little gummy doobie?
Oh, dude. You know what, man? Did you know that if you accidentally, drop some gummies on your friend's front porch while you're entering his house on a hot Saturday, you'll come out and your gummies will congeal because they'll melt into one?
Then you cut them up with your knife.
No, then you have to put it in the freezer and let it all get back to being gummy, and then you cut it up. Or you can just eat the whole thing and just take a chance.
The more you know.
So, 901-360-8255. Send your name, your email address, and your phone number if you want tickets to the Doobie Brothers. Now, we're going to go to Hardwood because it feels so good, but I have to remind you, I care about you, I care about your business, and I want to make sure that people out there can take care of their bottom lines. It doesn't matter if you have a big business, a small business, if you're just starting a new business. If you have a business, call 662-416-5262. That's 662-416-5262. That's my buddy Blake Jones. He's going to help you start saving money immediately. It's no risk to you, the business owner. It's absolutely free. How's he going to help you? He's going to help eliminate your credit card processing fees. He's going to get you everything you need. And don't worry, no money is going to come out of your pocket. Call Blake Jones, your local Mid-South Advanced Merchant Services representative. The number again is 662-416-5262. That's 662-416-5262. Call Blake Jones today. Start saving money tomorrow. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Well, Jay, you're
John?
the one who has the funny stories today.
I've got some funny stories. First of all, John, you know this story. Everybody in the city knows this story because a giant 18-wheeler
of Alfredo
sauce spilled on the highway, John. I'm surprised that I haven't heard about, not necessarily about Alfredo sauce, but it's very rare. Like, you hear about, oil trucks spilling. Very rare you hear about, sauces or, a truck of Coca-Cola spilling all over the highway. I don't think I've ever heard anything like this before, John.
Well, okay.
How do you clean it up?
It's disgusting. You know what you have to do? You have to call a bunch of Italians, get some manicotti, some rigatoni.
Do you like Alfredo sauce?
Get some angel hair pasta, throw it out there on the street. And, man, actually don't bring some Italians in. Just let the birds and the bees eat it.
If you birds and the bees.
No, the bees won't be eating it.
If you're going to, let's say, John, do you like Italian? Do you like Grizzani's? You ever
I
go to
love Italian food, Holmes.
So, John, if you're going to an Italian restaurant.
Carbone is my favorite Italian joint in the world.
There you go. So what kind of sauce are
Bougie.
you getting on your pasta? Alfredo sauce?
I'll get meat sauce, marinara. I'll get sometimes the white sauce, Alfredo sauce. I love vodka sauce, and it's not just because of Tito's.
Tito's sauce.
But I love a good vodka sauce.
Get lost in the sauce.
What is it? Bolognese. I like their sauce.
Bolognese.
Bolognese, whatever, because that one's it takes a little more time, you know.
have to do the Italian hand when you do that.
Ooh, it's so good.
Okay, well, Alfredo sauce, John, cheese-based, obviously. It's basically cheese. How long before it starts smelling like absolute, the worst smell you've ever smelled?
I don't know. I don't keep. When I get served Italian, there's nothing left. It's not like I'm saving it for something.
Well, drive by that spot every day, and then you'll see how quickly
It's going to be nasty. Now, I got a question for you. Do you feel sorry for our street that's covered in Alfredo sauce, or did you hear about the California highway that got closed down on Monday?
No.
Because a truck filled with tomatoes completely fell over, and then all the people running over the tomatoes made it look like a pasta sauce, and the car started slipping and sliding everywhere, and they had to close down the highway.
Or it looks like a mass murder.
It did. It looked kind of like that,
like
too.
just blood everywhere.
It was rough. It basically,
like
those
ketchup.
tomatoes.
Oh, it's ketchup.
Those tomatoes turned into tomato puree fast enough.
Is that what ketchup is? Is it just crunched up tomatoes, or you have to add other things?
I don't know, man. I really don't know
Ketchup's
much
pretty
about
thin.
ketchup. I got a friend who's a complete ketchup lunatic.
You don't like ketchup, do you?
No, I mean, I'll eat it on an
You like mustard on your hot dog.
I like mustard on my dogs. I like mustard, maybe onions, some jalapenos.
John, if I could switch gears.
I don't eat French fries. That's the problem.
Do you
I mean,
like
what
relish?
else do you eat? Yeah, I'll eat relish.
Oh, I love pickle. Yeah, pickle relish.
Don't do the mayonnaise.
I don't like mayonnaise.
Like white and creamy sauces that not named Alfredo usually don't get near my lips. One, because mayo kind of makes you fat.
I love everything.
Plus, I just don't like it. I also think to myself, if it's on your sandwich, because like you think of mayo as it can spoil, and it kind of freaks me out.
What about the Duke's Mayo Bowl? You know the Duke's Mayo Bowl?
Oh, no, if
It
I
doesn't
do eat
exist
mayo,
anymore.
can I tell you something? If I eat mayo, the only
Helmets.
thing I eat is Duke's, brother.
Well, you know the Duke's Mayo Bowl doesn't exist anymore. But, John, I've got a story. Moving away from food a little bit, John. Are you an airplane fan, John? You like
Is
to
that
get
a
an
football
airplane?
team
No,
or a
just
soccer
just,
team?
Just like being on an airplane. You
I
like to get
love
an airplane?
flying. I don't drive. You've noticed this. Have you not noticed? I don't have a Tesla or a stupid electric car that doesn't work and won't let me drive outside of the city because it only gets 300 miles per charge. And plus, you can't find a charging station. I don't have any of those problems. I just don't like driving.
John,
I love flying.
Do you like nude women?
I love them.
Do you do?
Been a big fan since I was a little kid.
And John, let me ask you, whenever you would go on a road trip with the family, or maybe you take your kids somewhere, John, did you ever have to say, I will turn this car around? You ever have to say that before?
Actually,
or have you ever had that said to you?
I'm not dumb enough to jump in a car with a bunch of children and drive multiple hours. They're going to either fly or they're going to ride with their mother, and I'll fly.
Well, John, a Southwest pilot threatened to turn this plane around and go home if passengers
Wait a second,
didn't,
for real?
If passengers didn't stop airdropping nudes to each other.
Like, hold on, time out. So
the
time
pilot
out. So how did the pilot know that they were airdropping nudes all over the place?
Well, no, John, they say turn your phones off because it interferes with the mechanisms. Maybe he got wind of mechanisms being
Or no,
interfered
he
with.
had his Dropbox on and they were dropping nudes.
Someone accidentally sent it to him.
And maybe he got he got a couple men pics mixed in with some women pics.
Said, "I will
was
turn
worried
this
that his
plane
wife is
around."
going to look at this and be wondering to himself, why do you have all these naked people in your phone?
Can a pilot turn the plane around? In like the FAA.
I think you would probably have
Yeah.
to let somebody know. That's kind of a
Ground control, we're going to have to turn this plane around.
ground control to Major Tom.
Yeah. We're going to have to turn this plane around. People are sending nudes on the flight, and we're going to have to go back to base.
Did you see yesterday one of the funniest moments in baseball, though?
What happened?
So the umpire in the Giants-Padres game.
Yeah, it's not the wrong game.
The dude, there's a double play, and they called the guy at first out. The guy was obviously safe.
Oh,
stepped on the bag, walked
I did
off.
see this.
And this guy in the stands screams, I didn't know Angel Hernandez was on cover in first base.
Is that Angel Hernandez on the field?
Is that Angel Hernandez, that loser? And then the mic, and then the umps, of course they say, hey, I want you to challenge the decision. And he challenges it, and he walks out, and he thinks his microphone's turned off. And you hear him say, oh-ish. And he comes back, and he's like, and then he he realized,
Freezes.
I just sent that all over national television and throughout the stadium.
It was a great scene.
It was a great scene and hilarious. And then he came back, and he was like, the runner is safe. I think that was wild. Honestly, I think that was hilarious.
Oh, it was absolutely hilarious, John. One thing I noticed from that as well is that you know how the umpires
That even umps don't like Angel
Well,
Hernandez?
that's true too. But you know how when they used to challenge things in baseball, the coaches, the signal would be like putting on a pair of headphones, right? They would grab headphones, magical headphones, imaginary headphones, and put them on their heads, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, now, John, they just put in little earpieces. Why do you think that is? Do you think umpires care a lot about the way they look and don't want to mess up their hair or their hats?
No, because I think the whole stupid thing of putting the headphones in and go watching a monitor right there when you can get it taken care of from, like, again, a remote location is smart. The stupid headphones are stupid. And plus, do you see people on your nightly news with a little earpiece? Or do you see them with headphones?
Yeah, but that's because they care about their vanity, John. They care about the way they look. That's why they do that.
On the other side, by the way, I got a story about why some fans got kicked out of a Blue Jays games, why some fans got kicked out of an Oakland game.
And why Pete Alonso broke his bat over his knee.
And why Pete Alonso broke his bat over his knee. But none of these stories have anything to do with one or the other. But they're all three amazing. Don't touch the dial. We're closing things out on the other side on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Let former Memphis Tiger Gabe Kuhn and Brett Norsworthy take you home every afternoon with Sports Time on Sports 56. Weekdays from 3 to 6 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
If you've been racking your brain trying to think of the perfect gift for someone, here's the simple answer. Give them the gift of Prime, 117 Prime. Nothing shows how much you care about them like the gift of fantastic food. And 117 Prime is as fantastic as it gets. Give that special someone a gift card for 117 Prime, and these steak experts will prepare them what will almost certainly be the best steak they've ever had. Don't buy them a tie or a book they'll never have time to read. Get them what they really want. Get them Prime.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Fiveash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Attention homeowners, energy efficiency regulations are changing in 2023. New heating and cooling systems may rise drastically in price. If your HVAC system is old or inefficient, now is the time to buy from Conway Services with outstanding financing options and savings up to $2,600. Conway Services is ready to save you money and give you comfort. Call 384-3511 or visit conwayservices.net to schedule your appointment today. License number 64210, 64365, EAS MS 19668.
Drive like a pro and support a great cause during the sales drive at Landers Ford and Landers Ford South. We've provided 100 new Fords to the pros at the FedEx St. Jude Championship. Now they're all being sold with demo prices. A portion of the proceeds go directly to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That's 100 new Ford Explorers and Expeditions, demo priced to sell now. This is a once-a-year opportunity to upgrade for less and support a great cause. Visit LandersMemphis.com or come see us at Landers Ford in Collierville, Landers Ford South in South Haven, and Landers Ford North in Covington. With our Landers Easy Pass, you can get top dollar for your trade-in to help you save even more. Don't miss your chance to pay less during the Landers Sales Drive. Reserve your demo-priced new Ford, driven by a pro at the FedEx St. Jude Championship, and lock in low APR financing. Landers Ford and Landers Ford South. Remember, if it doesn't say Landers, you paid too much.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901-316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
I have this one little saying, when things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan's hanging out with me, and my goodness, we got all kinds of wonderful things going on because that's the Doobie Brothers right there. And
Doobie
guess
Brothers.
What? We're giving away what?
Tickets.
To the who?
Doobie Brothers.
To the Doobie Brothers, my brother. And we got one lucky winner. I'm going to random regenerate this bad boy as fast as I can. Hit that button. By the way, I did not realize this many people love the Doobie Brothers. I mean, I only got like 20 people who text me happy birthday. There's like 50 people who are on here wanting Doobie Brothers tickets.
Everybody loves the Doobie Brothers, John.
It looks like everybody also is a little bit more selfish than most of us. I'm a guy. I'm a giver, not a taker. So I'm going to give away these tickets, and the winner is Matthew. Matthew, you are the winner. I will be emailing these tickets to you. Thank you for making sure you put your first, your last name, your email address, and your phone number. You will win tickets to the Doobie Brothers. Now, Jay, before I have to close things out, I told you about a couple fans. So, one, Pete Alonso, he broke his bat yesterday because he struck out. He looked like Bo Jackson. He's the polar bear. He's a huge human being. Have you ever tried to break a wooden bat over your leg?
It's damn near impossible.
You have to be like in the Incredible Hulk because it will break your leg.
You got to be his size.
Yes, you have to be his size. So it was very impressive. But what was more impressive to me was the fact that the Canadians, they actually did not arrest a couple fans this weekend. So a pair of Blue Jays fans, you could say, well, they scored off the field at the ballpark, if you get my drift. They were in the 500 section of the stadium. They were watching the Cubs. And come on, you're watching the Cubs. You're a little bit bored. The team's not any good. So they went to the very top of the stadium, and they basically were engaged in an apparent sex act, okay? So the police did not arrest them. They just got up and escorted them out. But you had about 500 fans get up and cheer them on.
Wait, that happened in Oakland, too.
I was going to say, the same thing happened in Oakland, but it was a different type of sex act. But it was at the very top. And no, they accidentally put that one on television. Yeah. So that was where that one was bad in Oakland. But nobody's at Oakland's ballpark watching the game, so you can't really throw out your only two fans. Now, I do want to remind everybody I love food. Where do you go to get great food? Vanelli's Deli. That's at 7873 Farmington Boulevard in Germantown, Tennessee. You're going to need this number because if you want their handmade raviolis and their marinara or their meat sauce, you need to call ahead. That's at 754-2246. 754-2246. Their deli case has got all the cheeses and the deli meats you can have. You can order it to go and take it home and prepare things yourself. Or if you just want to stop in there and eat yummy, I now have tried the hot pastrami sandwich. They brine and smoke their pastrami in-house. They serve it with Swiss cheese and au jus. Oh, it's so, so good. Vanelli's Deli. For Jay, I'm John. Get out there, make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace.
The summer clearance sale is happening now at Family Leisure. You can get up to